There are 12 hidden treasures scattered across the world of Tunic, each requiring the player to solve a different secret to obtain. In this guide, we'll be acquiring all 12 of these, as well as a 13th secret treasure that might not yet be fully solved. I've organized these into an order that I think makes the most sense, but the video is divided also into chapters for each one, so you can easily skip to the ones you want. Up first is secret treasure number 1, which is also the easiest to obtain. Page 28 of the manual shows this hint marked in ink, indicating that there is something else behind this door, which happens to be the door that leads to the hero's grave right at the beginning of the game. Inside here, you should notice this etching in the center of the wall. Following either side of this etching with your D-pad, right up, right down, right up, left up, left down, we'll open a secret door into a dark hallway containing the first of our secret treasure chests. Next, we skip to secret treasure number 9, which has a big hint on page 11 of the manual. Not only does it show us the exact location of the treasure, which happens to be in front of the first teleporter we find right at the beginning of the game, but also the method to spawn it by following the dots in this box with our D-pad, starting from the large one. So, right, down, left, up, left, down, right, down, down. Page 53 holds the hint for the next secret treasure. It's a picture of the windmill. If we look at the windmill, we can see that each of the sails has a notch in it, and that's what the second part of the hint is telling us. Each of these notches corresponds to a direction on the D-pad. So, starting with the sail that's marked with the white wrapping on its right side, and then working our way around to the left, and then inwards to the second set of sails, before finally ending at the sail marked with 2 white wrappings, we have down, left, up, right, left, down, right, up, down. And voila, the chest spawns. Secret Treasure 8 can be pretty difficult because it involves music. On page 28, we see a music note written in pen pointing to the old house, the only indication that there's something important concerning the wind chimes hanging on the house. The key to solving this puzzle is actually on page 34. Each direction of the compass rose, other than north, south, east, and west corresponding to up, down, right, and left, also corresponds to 2 notes. North being a low note followed by a high note, east being the same note twice, south being a high note followed by a low note, and west being 2 notes at the same time, which sounds just like 1 note. What this means is we have to listen to the series of chimes after exiting the house, taking note of the notes we hear and jotting down the direction they correspond to, until we end up with the solution, which is up, down, right, up, left, down, left, right, up. To solve the puzzle of secret treasure number 4, we have to first complete the golden path to obtain page 1, where we'll find this star drawn in blue ink. By flipping through the pages of the manual in search of another blue star, we'll eventually come to find this info box, containing 3 bits of useful information. 60 seconds, and what looks like the page being dipped in water. If we were to translate it, some of the text would tell us to immerse the letter in water for 60 seconds to see a secret message. The letter, eh? You know what to do. But if you don't, that's fine, because this is a full guide. We're going to go into the options and turn the master volume to 0 while standing in water for at least 60 seconds. Any water will do as long as you're actually standing in it, but I'm going to use the beach here at the very beginning of the game. After 60 seconds, we open the manual and flip back to page 1, and the final piece of the puzzle appears, which shows us a probably familiar sight as well as a passage written in Tunic. Translating this is actually vital to solve it on your own, but if you don't want to embark on that monumental task, this passage translates to a riddle. The softest feather, corrected 11 times, departed once more. Or down, right 11 times, left 12 times. Then we just head to this spot on the map and input the code down, right times 11, and left times 12. So far, this was definitely the most difficult of the bunch, but there are a few others, so let's just keep going. For secret treasure number 6, we start at the East Forest save point and then head southwest to a ladder leading us down to the lower East Forest. Once here, we just have to head slightly east to find the treasure location. We can actually see it up there behind this enemy, but how do we get up there? This one's cool because it actually teaches us a secret technique we can use for mobility and combat, which is what this drawing on page 53 of the manual is showing us. If we combine the Frost Dagger with the Magic Wand and the Magic Orb, and I'm also going to use the Dagger Strap ability card to make this a little bit easier to pull off, and then use the Magic Wand and the Frost Dagger at the same time, we can fire a long-distance Frost Beam to freeze an enemy and then grapple onto it using the Magic Orb. Then we can just open the chest. Once you know this technique, you can actually use it at any time throughout the game as long as you have these items in order to sequence break. Anyway, secret treasure number 10 is actually a very easy one. We just head here to this spot in the ruined atoll, where on the map we can see an arrow written in ink leading to a secret location. All we need to do is just dash across this water, so it does require the dash ability, and then the chest is sitting right here. Secret treasure 11 is another easy one. From the hero's grave right outside the eastern vault, we just dash across the water to this cave entrance, where inside, we simply have to do a little cleanup. There are 4 piles of leaves. Make sure you get the one behind the trees. The last of the very easy ones, secret treasure number 12 has us head into the far shore, or teleporter hub, where if we open the map right here, we'll see directly to our left a dotted lined arrow pointing further to the left. So we just continuously dash in that direction until we find the chest. Now we head to the old burying ground for secret treasure 5. On page 39 is our hint. 4 skulls, eh? In the eastern part of the swamp, we'll find these red gold skulls, and our goal is to drop them all into the small pond down there. Easier said than done. This one can be a little annoying. This part of the swamp is absolutely swarming with skeletons when you first get here, so I suggest taking them all out first before you attempt this. Also, the easiest way to move the skulls is simply by walking into them. Swinging your sword is not really going to help you here. Just make sure that when you're rolling these skulls around, you try to keep them out of the water, because if they go into these other ponds, you may never be able to get them out. They could get stuck. There are multiple parts where they can get stuck. And then you're going to have to leave the area and come back in order to respawn the skulls and start over again. The final skull is hiding behind this cross-shaped gravestone right next to the pond where you have to get it, but it could take a little finagling to get it out of there. Eventually, when you get all 4 skulls into the small pond, the chest will spawn at last. For secret treasure number 2, we have to first enter the cathedral at night. Then, we progress down through this doorway into the library, and at the back of the room there's a cheeky little secret door, opened simply by attacking or rolling into it. Then, in here, there's a treasure chest containing an effigy. However, there is another secret door at the back of this small room, which opens up into a long and twisting passageway, eventually ending in a chasm, with a bridge of pure light crossing it, as well as blocking our access to the secret treasure chest. However, there is another secret door at the end of this passage, opened by pressing the directions left, up, right, down, right, up, right, down, left, right, down, left, down, left. which leads to an exterior balcony around the cathedral, ending in a hidden ladder. We're actually going to use this ladder when we come back to the cathedral in order to access it during the daytime, since the normal route through the cathedral will be completely closed off. So now we're just going to head all the way back to the old house in order to sleep in the bed and make it daytime. After which, the cathedral can be accessed by first finding this hidden board in order to access the burial grounds, and then progressing to the far right side of the burial grounds where we can find this stack of rocks, which we can climb in order to be able to reach and then dash from one rock spire to the next into the second area of the burial grounds. And in here, we want to just progress until we get to the front door of the cathedral, and then remember to take that hidden ladder on the side onto the balcony and around the outside of the cathedral through the secret door that we opened earlier, and then at last we can access the secret treasure. I already made a video about how to obtain secret treasure number 7 right here. And that is because obtaining secret treasure number 7 is accomplished by first freeing all 20 of the secret fairies from around the world. After finding them all, you can freely come back here at any time to find the chest. And that's all 12 of the secret treasures in Tunic. However, I'm going to throw this one last one in because it too comes in a glowing silver chest. And it's the secret of the back cover of the manual, which translates to enter the moon, contemplate this prayer. Near an ancient tomb, plundered for its blade, lies a special place. Up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right. So first we're going to rest in bed in order to make it nighttime. And then, in order to access the hero's grave in the East Forest where we first obtained the sword, we have to find this secret teleporter in the far shore, which takes us directly outside the path to the hero's grave. This area is completely filled with the sniper enemies from the quarry, so you might want to take them out first, but then walking up to the front of the hero's grave and then entering the code, up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right, yet another secret chest appears. However, this one only contains a single penny. I'll probably talk about this more when I make my video on the second language in the game, Tunic, that's Tunic, but for now, it's just kind of curious. Anyway, with all 12 of the secret treasures obtained, this is what the trophy hall looks like, including a very curious glowing sphere in the center of the room that we will be exploring in another video because it leads to an even larger secret, which may or may not lead to an ARG. Anyway, for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope that you found this guide useful or at least interesting, and I hope you have a fantastic day.